morning. Quick little morning rant, because who am I without doing that? I just want to make a little comment about the men that are outside and the complaints that comes with the men that are outside, and how we can stop creating more men that are outside. Do you know why we be feeling like it's so many men who just don't step up to the plate and show us the manly stuff? Because there are so many women who've made the decision to be single moms. A woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. I don't care. I'm not here to argue with anyone because I am a woman raising a male child. And there are so many things that I just can't give him because I am a woman. One of which being teaching him how to be a leader. I tell him all the time, as a man, he should be able to lead and stand in his purpose. But I don't know what that consists of. I don't know what it takes. I don't know the effort that it goes into being a man, especially a black man in America. Like, it's so much that young men have to learn about that. And I must say, a lot of women have dropped the ball. It's crazy. It's crazy to me because it's like, it's been so many rules that have been displayed to us. One of which, we can't talk to the police crazy. We've never been able to talk to the police crazy, ever. You had this kind of skin, you shared my reflection, you always walked on eggshells when it came to law enforcement. Not now. These little ghetto kids y'all done raised will turn up on just about anybody. There's no respect value. Y'all out here teaching these children that respect is only earned. No, respect is given, right? If you decide to deal with someone long term, yes, their respect needs to be earned in a capacity. But respect should be given, because if I'm outside and I'm a human, you should respect me because I'm a human. I haven't done anything to you to get disrespected. Just because you don't like me, that doesn't mean that you should be able to disrespect me, right? But that's not the messaging that comes from a single mom. Another thing being single mom create. Women are overly emotional. I am a woman. I live in my femininity, and I'm emotional. I'm emotional as all get out. Those traits are taught to our children. Hence on all these overly emotional young men that's running around here who don't know how to problem solve. Men typically are problem solvers, but because men have more feminine energy than they used to have, there's no problems being solved. Like, it's just chaos and chaos. Y'all pair up and come together and destroy the community even more. Like, it's weird. It's just real weird to me because we want to blame men. And I can't blame men. I don't give a fuck about absentee fathers, because at the end of the day, that's still the choice of a woman, right? Maybe every single mom just so happened to pick the wrong guy to have a baby with and he disappeared. But I don't believe that. I just believe a lot of women just be out here fucking. They'll just be fucking, having a good time, and not thinking about the consequences that comes with reproducing. Having a child is so much more than just taking care of it. If you're gonna bring babies onto this planet, you need to be mindful of what product you're putting into society. If you don't want to think about the product you're putting into society, oh my God, that stupid thing, don't have no babies. If you don't feel like what you're creating has any responsibility on our communities, don't have babies. Because that's one of the issues more than anything. Like, a lot of y'all think that because you think of something and how you think rules should go, that's how life should be done. And you can see it in your children. That's just not how things go. Shit don't always go our way. Life not fair, right? I'm raising a kid that's born in this generation, and having this conversation with him it's real hard for him to understand, because there's so many freedoms that he sees ahead of him. But it's like, the reality of the matter is, life not fair. I'm black. I'm raising a black boy, a black young man, because he's not a boy. I wasn't raised that way to call him that. So, it's just certain stigmas that come with him because he's a black male. They assume automatically, because he has ADHD and he's black, that he's overly violent at school. My son is not violent. My son will defend himself, because I ain't raising no hoe. But he's not out here just attacking children. He's not just putting his hands on people because he's not having a good day. However, when he meeting y'all children that do, he knows to defend himself. And regardless of how the situation goes, because my son is at a predominantly Hispanic school, they automatically assume that it was on my son. Don't nobody want to hear his side of the story, none of that. And it's just like trying to teach him that, like, bro, being in society is hard enough, because he's at the age where he's losing his innocence. I don't care what anybody says. Once a black boy gets over the age of 10, he's no longer seen as a child. He's viewed as a criminal. This first week of school has been difficult for my child, all because these teachers just be trying to talk to him like they talk to it, like your mama's taught y'all. You just think you can talk to my son any type of way because he's some young black boy. And I don't give a fuck. My son has to be respected. And if you're not giving him respect, he's gonna act a certain way about it. And that's just the way that I'm teaching him. But y'all just be trying to get off on, because we women, we should be able to do what we want to do, and y'all don't. Like, y'all don't. We don't get to do what we want to do because we want to as people. There are laws, there are rules, they're supposed to be structured, and because we refuse to participate in it, our communities are falling apart. And then we sit up here begging other people to come help us with it, when this is a problem that we can fix all on our own. One of which, dropping the desire to want to be so fucking independent. You cannot raise good, productive people by yourself. I'm not going to argue with you about it. You can't. There is not enough time in the day for you to work a full shift, for you to dedicate your time to your child's education, to maintain your household, all on top of which you're taking care of yourself. It's not enough time. It takes two people to create people, and it takes two people to raise them. And as long as we keep thinking we can do it by ourselves, our societies will remain in shambles. They will. Things are only getting worse. They're only getting, and every time I pop on my internet, it's getting worse. I just read about a kid, high school, 14 years old. He walking down the street, he just randomly get jumped by 5 people. This is his first week of school. He don't know them kids. New school, but that's what y'all creating. Those are the people that y'all creating to just do what the fuck they want to do. It kills me. It bothers me so much, because there's such a lack of accountability in this community. Accountability is a woman's kryptonite, and I stand firmly behind that, because we can think of all of these issues and what's the problem, and all these men being a problem, but we created this problem. Black women created the problem that we have, because we need men, and then we are so damn conditioned to believe that we don't. But let's take a good comparison. Let's compare the 60s, when black people were married at the highest rate that they've ever been married at, compared to now, 2022, when 1 in 4 black women are only going to get married. It's shit. Our society falling apart. It was one thing before when you had a couple bad apples, but now we got more bad apples than anything. And we can nip it in the bud. We can. By one, doing the work that we need to do to uplift ourselves. One, understanding that interdependence beats independence any fucking day. Having a partner to assist and aid you with the life that they helped create is way better than sitting up here struggling and trying to be boss babe, raising my kid. You can't give your child what they need, right? Everybody complains about how our communities don't have the resources that they need. But if we had a real community and real families and real people in it, instead of single moms, just single moms, our communities would be worth something. But you know, I'm just tired of the slandering. I'm tired of it, you know, because I get it. I say it too. I don't like beta men. I don't like overly emotional men. But I be real quick to be like, oh, you was raised by a single mom, wasn't you? Some people get offended. Some people be like, yeah, I was. How could you tell? Because you remind me of me. You remind me of a woman. And I'm not into it. I'm not into it. And that's why I'm preaching so heavy for men to hop into the red pill space, because y'all gotta drop that beta energy. I get it. You're doing everything that your mama taught you, but everything she taught you ain't right, right? Putting women on a pedestal is crazy. I don't care. Women are nuts. Women are crazy. Women lack structure. Women are not good leaders. Women are overly emotional. It's no reason why we should be the pillar of the fucking community. It's no reason. It should be more men leading our communities. Way more men. We don't even have great leaders. I promise you. We ain't had no Malcolm or no Martin since they took them away from us. And then ain't nobody worked to be that. And then the ones that do work their way up at some point find a way to fall off, because it's like, it's more money and pandering to women. And it's just like, I'm not gonna pander to y'all. Y'all the problem. And I want the problem to be fixed, because in order to fix the issue, we have to address it. And the issue is, we created this problem. We are the reason that our crime rates are higher. We are the reason our children are less educated. We are the reason. You know why? Because we sit up here trying to work all the time. If we working 50 hours a week, who with them children? A lot of y'all don't even have the ability to pick y'all children up from school, because you still have to be at work. I'm one of those people. I have to either put my son in an after school program or I have to get a family member to pick him up, because I have to work to 5 o'clock, because I need to get my 40 hours a week in so I can pay the bills to make sure my son has a sustainable household. However, that's time being taken away from him. Those are time after that, I gotta cook dinner, and then shortly after that it's time to get ready for bed. But if women weren't so focused on trying to maintain a household all on their own, these children could be in extracurricular activities. These children could be learning something, you know, like, it's weird. It's weird. We've taken away all of this stuff away from our children, and then we want to blame society. We want to blame men. We took them away from their fathers. A lot of y'all. I'm not going to argue with nobody about this. I know nothing but great fathers. Nothing but great fathers. Either baby daddies, you want to categorize them as that, ex-husbands, husbands. I know great men. Every single man that I know with a child is active in their child life, and not sending no fucking child support payments. I mean active. They can tell you about their children. They can tell you what their children like. They can tell you what activities their children in. They can tell you what subjects their children are the strongest in. They can tell you about their children's personality. But that's somebody that's investing time. And a lot of y'all done got caught up on getting this money and having babies with people with money, but some shit money can't buy. Money can't buy you values. Money can't buy you character. Money cannot buy you structure. I don't care, because if you have a whole bunch of money, it don't mean shit if you ain't been taught to know how to use it. Hence on the article that just came out showing that most of the people who make over 100K per year live check to check. I think that's crazy as fuck that people making over 100K per year don't know how to maintain their money. But this is the reality of it. You know why? You know why it's like that? Because none of that stuff is being taught. And then instead of fighting to get curriculum such as that put into our education system, we really sit up here arguing back and forth about giving people damn gender norms. You was born the way you was born. I'm not here to argue about that. But teaching a child how to maintain a balanced checking account is way more important about how the fuck they feel today. Teaching your child that there are rules in society is way more important than what gender they identify as on Tuesday. So it's just like, we wasting our time. We not focusing in on the right stuff. We not making the best choices, because all these men that's walking, I know a lot of good men, like I said, and all the good ones y'all be trying to play with. All the good ones y'all be trying to play with. And then it's just weird as fuck. It's weird. It's weird. We the problem. We gotta fix it. So what are we gonna do to address the issue? Stop complaining about the men. Because if all these men was raised by women and they had no man leadership, how the fuck was they supposed to learn how to be a man? Remember? Because you didn't need a man, sis. You ain't need a man. You could do bad all by yourself, remember? And then now little Pokey don't got no daddy. And then he just was supposed to turn 25 and all of a sudden know how to be a man. That shit is crazy to me. That's crazy. You didn't give him a man. You didn't put him nowhere where good men were. But then all of a sudden he just was supposed to be grown and figure it out. It's that shit crazy to me. I hate it. And I'm gonna keep preaching. I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking about it, because it's our community. It's our problem. We need to fix it. Ain't nobody coming in to fucking fix it. It's us. And me, in order for me to help improve the situation, I am doing all that I can to find the greatest black man on earth to attach myself to. Because I mean everything that I say, and I believe in it. And I believe the choice that we make and being with a partner definitely can help dictate the type of future that we have. You choose a dude with instability, you're gonna have an unstable life. What is something that's unstable? Selling drugs is unstable. I don't know what I've never been into drug dealers or street dudes, because that is the most unstable participation you could do for your time. Ain't no holiday pay, ain't no retirement plan, you don't get no investment portfolio. All you get is drugs, and then what comes with selling drugs, the greatest possibility of being locked up because you're breaking the law. Somebody can tell on you and blow your whole infrastructure up. Your whole infrastructure. Just imagine being with a kingpin and somebody go tell on them, and then y'all, everything lost. Everything. Your house, your cars, your overseas account, all that shit is gone, because there's no stability in being in a life of crime. I'm not attracted to it. For me, my message is gonna be, if that nigga ghetto, don't fuck him. Because not only do you be ghetto, that shit is in your DNA. That shit be passed down to your children. Like, your children just be ghetto because of who they share DNA with. And it's just like, we don't need no more of that. We need less of that. So just make better decisions. Stop taking y'all DNA with any old body, especially women of value. Especially if you come from some, ain't no reason you should be out here somebody's baby mama to some ain't shit ass nigga. That's stupid. That's stupid. Do better. Do better. Be better. Okay? Okay, I gotta go to work now. Okay, have a great day.